Hello and welcome back to another video, people. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe if you're new. We're trying to hit 500 subscribers before the end of the year, so if you can make that happen, that'll be great. And yeah, we're trying to upload every day, or do a stream every day. I did a stream yesterday, taking you through the Lopetegui's first interview at this club, alongside Tim Steidten. So if you missed that, make sure to check that out. Now, let's get straight on to the big news, and some good news for once at this club, because there never seems to really be good news at this club. As reported by Fabrizio, or confirmed by Fabrizio, firstly reported by ex-West Ham employee, of course, the Mohamed Kudus release clause. It's been an ongoing thing about false reporting and all that. That's why you never believe someone like a Florian Plettenberg, even though Steidten does leak stuff to him. Never leaks reliable stuff to him. He leaks the reliable stuff to Fabrizio, it seems. What has actually happened is, obviously, it was leaked that, Kudus has a release clause and all this. But all we knew about it was next summer. Well, it turns out it's been an absolute masterstroke by the club and ex-West Ham employee and all the club insiders that actually played into the fact that, the actual reliant club insiders. That Kudus had a release clause before July. Apparently it expired today or yesterday. And people could have paid an 85 million release clause then. Now, if people want to inquire about Kudus, they're probably going to have to pay over the price now. And I think we knew Kudus was going to stay at West Ham this season. I know people were worried and stuff, and I'm more than not worried that Kudus is going to stay. I will go bald if Kudus leaves this summer. This summer, I will go bald. Purely because I don't think it's going to happen. They're going to have to offer, Declan Rice money. And we can't really afford to lose him just because we'd have to reinvest. And who we're relying on a Paquetá that may or may not get banned, even though I don't think he will still, because the club were very confident that they wouldn't find any proof. So let's see if that is still a thing, whether the club still think that there is no proof, etc. However, obviously Mohamed Kudus has left, as not got a release clause anymore. So I think it'll be reactivated next season, where we all knew that there was going to be a release clause, but it was an 85 million release clause for the next season anyway. I'm assuming that's either due to the period of time, the same period of time that it was this season, or it's just going to be throughout the whole summer. We're going to expect bids. I genuinely think that he's going to leave next summer anyway. I always think no matter what kind of season he has, he's going to leave next summer. I think he'll have a very, very good season anyway. I think his numbers will go up and he'll match the eye test that people are seeing. He scores amazing goals. He scores all kinds of goals, doesn't he? And I just think he's sensational. He's a sensational player just to have, to be honest. And it's good because we get to see Kudus, Paquetá and Bowen for another season. I keep reiterating, I don't know how Lopetegui's going to integrate them all. But I hope it's not Paquetá on the left, Kudus on the right, Bowen up front like it was last season under David Moyes. I do actually think one of them will play the number 10, and hopefully it's either Paquetá or Kudus. But I also don't want to see one of them off the left either. So I want to see if Lopetegui can include them both in the middle somehow, make that midfield balance. I want to see us get some transfer deals done as well, of course. Obviously, I've seen interest in Aaron Wan-Bissaka, which I'll talk about right now. I was going to do a separate video on it. But obviously we touched on the Mohamed Kudus release clause. Now, Aaron Wan-Bissaka is not the player that you think West Ham would like, really. Wan-Bissaka is very good at 1v1 defending. Wan-Bissaka is terrible at going forward. That's why Kyle Walker-Peters, and I think he is the main target, should be the main target. I think he's mainly the main target because of the whole Flynn down situation. And it shouldn't be a problem, apparently, personal terms with either side of that deal. So as much as it'll be gutted to see Flynn Downs go, if we could get that Kyle Walker-Peters done on our side, it'll be fine. We need a right back. But then obviously if we lose Flynn Downs, we need a 6 as well. Wan-Bissaka will do well in the Tottenhams, the Liverpools, against the Tottenhams, against the Liverpools, against the Man Cities, all the big 6 teams and the games where you're not necessarily going to have the ball as much, of course, because he's going to be in way more 1v1 situations than he usually would be. And he's very good at locking up players. That he made the whole narrative change on Karim Matoma in that FA Cup semi-final where they faced Brighton that one time. not the season just gone, but the season for Erik ten Hag's first season at Man United. He changed the whole narrative from Mitoma. Mitoma was known as the 1v1 guy. He studied 1v1s in uni and all this narrative. And as soon as Bissaka came up against him, he made him think twice. And people like Maddison have come out publicly to say how good this guy is 1v1. However, going forward, it's pretty much the exact same problems I will have with our current fullbacks. And I say current, I mean Ben Johnson just left, but you know what I mean. The current situation that we had, where Ben Johnson wasn't really doing anything going forward. He can run a little bit, but that's it. He can't cross a ball. He can't really do anything going forward. He can't really drive with the ball and not get knocked over the ball very easily. I think Ipswich are going to have a hard time trying to coach him into playing a better style of football. Wan-Bissaka going forward is not that good. He's actually not bad at when he's being pressed, but it's just even at times with him being pressed, he can lose the ball. It's just sometimes he will get out of the situation quite well. And it's not even like playing out the back is his strong suit, but it's not exactly one of his weaknesses either. But his main weakness for me is actually getting the ball and putting the ball into the box and being one of the people that's actually going to assist one of the attackers in the team from a fullback position. And with Lopetegui's system and with the fullbacks like to get wide and high, you question whether Wan-Bissaka is actually going to be the right profile for West Ham United. So that's my opinion on that. I think Kyle Walker-Peters brings that balance of defensive stability and attacking stability towards the lineup and stuff like that. And that brings me on to the third subject. The third subject is Max Kilman worth it? Is Max Kilman really worth it? Now, we've discussed Max Kilman a couple of times. I do like Max Kilman, but I've liked him in a back three. It's different to whether he's going to do it in a back four. We didn't really see enough under Lopetegui at Wolves to see that whether he was going to be good enough to play the back four or not. However, West Ham are interested and he is the top target. It is rumoured that we will go back in for another bid. And hopefully news breaks on it in a couple of days. I wish I was an ITK and I wish I could tell you. I am not an ITK, unfortunately. I'm not a reliable ITK. I'm not even an ITK in general. I'm not even Graham Bailey standard, and that's telling you a lot. However, Max Kilman can play both sides of the centre-back role, which is important because for some reason in this day and age, most centre-backs can only play on the side where their foot is the strongest, unless you're a Mark Gurhey, Harry Maguire, Van Dijk, who prefer to play on the left side whilst having their own right foot as their strongest foot. Max Kilman's the opposite. Plays predominantly as a right centre-back, as a left footer. But him and Mavropanos would be the centre-back pairing if he was to come in. Now, Nea Faged is still here. The sooner he goes, the better. Zuma is still here. The sooner he goes, the better. For some reason, if we was to keep again and Zuma, we don't need to sell Tobias, Tim Stein said. So that wouldn't be the most terrible options of centre-backs, I guess, but I would like to see Kilman and Mavropanos as the main two. And to be honest with you, a bit like Ward-Prowse, unless there's context, Max Kilman is someone with Premier League experience. So what I would like to see is more instant results from someone like him, rather than someone like for example, we brought in a Jacob Greaves or that Perez guy from Udinese. Would expect some settling into do. Obviously, I give first season to every signing, but I give mainly first seasons to signings that have either just moved from a Premier League move and they've only just been in that club for one season, such as a Maxwell Cornet when he joined, or they've not played in the Premier League before. Like whether that's Championship or abroad. It could be Brazil, Liga, and that's why I'm not putting too much pressure on the Guilherme guy, as good as his potential is and stuff like that. I'm not going to put too much pressure on the guy. To be completely honest with you, I forgot how to say his name. He told us how to say his name. I forgot how to say Guilherme's name. But that is pretty much it. I don't think Max Kilman is worth 40 million. If we don't need to sell to buy, then it shouldn't be any excuses and it shouldn't affect our transfer budget going forward. And it is a position that we need. So I wouldn't be too mad at it. But I think Wolves will be pretty much laughing their heads off if they got 40 million from Max Kilman. I do like the player. I just don't know whether he's worth 40 million. I think 35 would have been max what I would have said. However, apparently there's a 10 million valuation gap. I forgot why I saw that, so it might not be true. So maybe we're only going for 30 million, but maybe it's 30. If it was 35 million in add-ons, I could see it. But then again, as I said yesterday, we shouldn't pocket watch too much. We shouldn't really be discussing prices that much in football. We should just be like, have we got the signing? Did we get in the position that we needed? Yes or no? And then now I'll answer your question about everything. Make sure to leave a like on the video. Make sure to subscribe if you are new. The social medias are in the description if you want to follow me. The email for the inquiries. I'm on the road to 500 subscribers, so if you didn't hit that before the end of the year, that'll be great. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.